So, pardon me today, I'm a little sick, but now that we're in 8.1, people have been doing the Darkshore warfront and the Night Warrior questline, and I've been seeing certain characters die and be returned to life in service of the Horde. More specifically, the Banshee Queen. Of course, I'm talking about the numerous Night Elves raised by the val'kyr on Darkshore, these including Sira Moon Warden and Delaryn Summer Moon, two fiercely loyal Kaldorei to the Kaldorei people. There are some that believe their loyalty in death is incorrect, a complete break of their character, but is it? The real question should be is, do they even have a choice? Do undead actually have free will, or is it just some sort of illusion? Well, when you are raised from the dead with the unholy or shadow magic, your soul is anchored to your body with said magic, being unnaturally bound to its dark influence. For example, take the Death Knights of Arcurus, who were raised specifically to destroy the Scarlet Enclave and then Light's Hope. These Death Knights, like all undead in the Scourge, are bound to the will of the Lich King. He controls them, and he commands what they do, and they must do it without question. They went on to sack the Scarlet Enclave and fight an unwinnable battle at Light's Hope, and they were only freed from Arthas' will by the purification of the Ashbringer by Tyrion Fordring. It is very possible that Sira and Delaryn are being controlled by the will of Sylvanas, not able to refuse orders to help their people, and are forced to do her bidding. However, it doesn't really justify the way they speak to the opposite commander during the warfront. Both of them state that Elune and Tyrande abandoned them and their people who perished atop Teldrassil, citing it as the reason for pledging themselves to Sylvanas. It is also worth mentioning because it is a large part of Undeath, and I honestly believe this is the reason for their choice in this matter, but the emotions felt by the Risen, they are bloated, they are swelled to unstainable numbers. When you are raised by the shadow, the anchor swells your negative emotions, keeping in sadness and anger and rage, making you into like a mindless killing machine bent on rage and destruction. For example, if you were throwing a ball and a complete stranger yells that you suck, you'd be like, well, that's kind of rude. Screw you, guy. Well, for an undead, if that same guy said they sucked at throwing the ball, that undead would go into a fit of uncontrollable rage as if they just lost a loved one or their job or something else they cared deeply for. But for Sira and Delaryn, their faith in Elune and the Alliance faltered after Ashenvale fell and Teldrassil was burned. They questioned why Elune abandoned her people to such a horrible fate, and so when they died and were raised, this faltering faith was swelled and was ripped open, claiming that they were forsaken by their goddess and their allies, wishing only to hurt them when the true enemy sat right behind them playing puppet master. So what do you think? Do you think Sylvanas could be enforcing her will upon Sira and Delaryn and all the other elves raised? Do you think the Banshee Queen is enforcing it on all newly raised undead? Something to think about. Maybe you think they're just having like a mental breakdown because they died. Or maybe it's both. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you ask any questions you may have about the lore, and I'll be sure to read them all. Thanks for watching.